You're watching today's video technical update presented by FXTimes. It is Tuesday, August 17th, 2010. I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst, and I'll go over some developments in the Forex markets. The US dollar is in mixed trading today. The euro dollar pair strengthened slightly while the pound dollar pair slid but still remains in consolidation. The dollar yen pair is following the bullish count scenario so far and will get a very important clue today. The US dollar Canadian dollar pair is declining after testing resistance. Finally, I'll follow up on the euro pound pair, which is in a strong pullback that is challenging my bearish outlook. This video is being produced at around 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time during the US trading session. Let us start with the euro dollar pair, which has hit 1.2750 to start the week, and that was support. The market has so far 2 days of rally if the market closed where it is at the moment. So today we are continuing this bounce, and the RSI here has crossed its 5 moving average before going below 40. Also, there is a positive reversal which suggests the market should test this previous high again. Here's the 4-hour time frame. Now that's one scenario. Another scenario is that we are in correction and we'll see some resistance. But in both scenarios, we are in a bullish mode, at least in the near term, short term. That could spill over to the short to intermediate term. So resistance at the moment could be found at the 130 area, maybe slightly above 130, as we test this 50% retracement and this 50 moving average. Now, if the market breaks above the 61.8%, then we are very likely back into the bullish mode. At worst, it would be ranging mode between this 133 and 127.50. So this high and this low right now is a very important. These are two very important pivots, and we'll see if the market can here pivot again before going back up to this high. So if we could find a top here at 130. Although right now you see it's testing the 200 moving average after breaking below. But the important part is, even if it stretches further, that it stays below 61.8%, preferably below 50%, and we should see some topping and possibly further decline. Okay, we do have a bullish divergence right now, so expect some further bullish attempt, at least in the near term. Okay, so that's the euro dollar. Pound dollar isn't in as much of a significant correction. You see here in the 4-hour time frame we have a significant strong correction in the pound dollar. Here's the 1-hour time frame, but you could see that this in the 4-hour time frame as well. We're pretty much in a flat correction where the euro dollar is in a zigzag. So here we are pretty much testing the support again in the 4-hour time frame. You see this is a bearish mode. You have your negative reversal as well. You see here the RSI is higher, but your price level is lower. So you could use this type of suggested projection that would bring us towards 1.53 area, 1.5350. But basically, expect this market to come down to test this 200 moving average, maybe even lower, before finding support. So pound dollar likely to continue lower, while the euro dollar looks like in the short term it could rally higher. So the dollar is mixed. Against the Japanese yen, we may be continuing our bullish scenario, but the market is at a very important area. So it's going to give us some clues after testing this important resistance area. The count we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a zigzag down here, testing 61.8, 78.6%. A little choppier than I would prefer, although it's still valid for the bullish outlook. We did break above this declining trend line, and so right now we're testing. If you could see this highlighted area here, this entire area is going to be resistance. So we're testing that resistance. First is going to be the moving averages, but if the market breaks above 85.80, okay, 85.80, then we are likely to continue into the bullish mode. In the daily, so that's the short-term look, which should support a reversal situation in the daily. But the daily time frame price action has not shown such outlook just yet. Here last week we had this reversal combination. Market followed through one day and then declined. Hasn't invalidated it. This previous low at 85 still holds, but we basically don't have a strong signal yet. We're still bottoming, still trying to find this bottom. We have this bullish divergence, so it is telling us momentum is shifting. However, there's not enough bullish momentum in the dollar yen just yet. So in the 1 hour time frame, this break should give it some further a better likelihood for the reversal scenario in the daily time frame. The US dollar Canadian dollar pair followed the exact scenario proposed in the last update. Here it actually extends for a little further than the projected target. So what we had was this decline from 105, 1.05. Then we had this A, B, C, D, E. So that finished this pattern, retracement pattern, and it was at the 78.6%. At this resistance level, this previous consolidation support as well. So from there, the market was projected with a swing projection down to 1.0320 area. Right now, the market or 30 area, the market is now at the 1.0310 area. So that's the 1 hour time frame. We completed this kind of retracement. That could be a AB equals CD pattern, which means if we do find some bottoming here, there may be a rally after that. In the daily time frame, however, you do see that we hit this resistance, and this was a declining resistance. Okay, so we're pretty much in this sort of declining triangle with your support right around 1.0150 area, 1.02 area. But the resistance is declining, and right now we have another attempt towards 1.02, maybe even a little lower. So in the daily, it's the probability of declining further is higher than this probability of finding support here and rallying. We may have some support in the short term, as we approach this area. Okay, so we are at an area that could provide some support, but that may not be a continuation like this. In the 1 hour time frame, this looks like a good probability, a likely scenario. But in the daily, you see that the price action is bearish, so I would caution against this scenario. Instead, after a rally, we may actually have, it may be some kind of confirmation. It could be a pullback back into the middle of this consolidation, and if then we find resistance, for example at a declining trend line or something, we may have further decline towards that 102, 10150 area, this previous low here. Okay, so watch this area to provide some support, but eventually if it breaks, that signals a decline towards 1.0150. Here's a look at the euro pound pair, which I've been very bearish on since the market turned from 0.85. So here we have this topping action. Really what we had was a counter trend breakout. So it broke out of this, continued this trend, declining trend in the daily. And so far we have had one pullback, and now the market looks like there's a second pullback, but this one is stronger than the first in terms of daily price action today. So let's see if this invalidates our bearish outlook. You see, suggested by this swing projection. Today's price action here is a reversal type of price action just by itself the last 3 days. So if we look at it from a long enough perspective, it looks like it's going to give us some trouble. It may continue rallying towards this previous consolidation area. Okay, we still have this 0.83 area acting as resistance, this channel as well. 4 hour time frame, we have a smaller channel here. So here's the daily. We have a smaller channel developing within this channel as such. Okay, and we could see that in the 4-hour time frame, this 0.83 area is an important resistance, and if the market breaks above that, then we may have to consider that the euro pound being in a bullish or at least a sideways kind of market. The RSI here so far is below 60. Here again testing 60, seeing if this could be resistance as far as the momentum goes. So euro pound testing our bearish outlook. If it breaks above 0.83, then we may have to consider invalidating that bearish outlook. That wraps it up for this Tuesday. Instead of a video update tomorrow, I will be hosting a Charters Corner strategy session at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to register at FXTimes.com for free invitations. Once again, I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst here at FX Times, wishing you good trading.